Listen, boys, you gotta stop the Listen, that habit has to be gone. It has no place in your life as a new person, as a new man, as your higher self. It is essential. Why is it essential? Listen to this video. I got something for you. Why Nofap is essential. All right. So let me start off with a couple of quotes that has helped me on my Nofap journey. I quote, "No matter how good your intentions are, they amount to nothing if you fail to take the necessary steps to make them happen. Wishing for recovery isn't enough." Another quote is, I quote, "One small step is worth more than 1,000 planned small steps." You see, Nofap is an addiction. If you weren't addicted to Nofap, you wouldn't be clicking this video. If you could stop easily, you wouldn't be searching Nofap videos on the internet. You know, I talked about it in my previous video, my Nofap There's No Plateau video. The card is up in the upper right if you want to look at it. In life, especially when it comes to addiction, you can't compare the highs and lows in life. You need to compare your habits and your normals, right? Imagine this. You're at home and you get home from work or school. You're horny and you bust out your browser, you go to Pornhub, you shift through some videos for about 30 minutes, you find the perfect video, you even shift to the perfect part of the video you like, and then you bust all over your keyboard, right? I think we've all been there. You then do some homework or watch some TV, you get horny again, so you repeat the process and you bust again. You go to sleep, you wake up for school or work, and you go. You're in a professional environment, and you start thinking about that perfect video that you saw last night and how you want to watch it again. It permeates your brain. It's lunchtime, and you're thinking, damn, I can go to the bathroom and crank one out right now. But nah, that's too much. You'll wait till you get home. You crack that video out and you go about your night. Maybe you crack one more and you repeat this the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day. Okay? Have you been there? I have been there. Now, let me draw you another example. So let's say you go to school or work, you get home, you're horny, but you choose to go to the gym instead. When you get home from the gym, you're pumped from your workout, so you do homework, you clean, or you play some video games. You're then tired, so you go to sleep. The next day you go to school and you're focused on advancing your professional setting. You're focused on your career, you're focused on your schoolwork, you're focused on advancing. You get home and then you repeat. You see the difference? You yourself are not different, but your habits are different. And your habits transform your life. In one scenario I talked about, your life revolved around fapping, even though you only did it for about 30 minutes in a day. You do it 15 minutes, you do it once when you go home, take 15 minutes, you do it again, that's 30. You think about doing it during the day. So you really only did it for 30 minutes out of the day, but you've thought about it all day. Do you see how an addiction like fapping can permeate your brain? And I think we've all been there. I've been in high school and I've been in class thinking about that, perfect Lisa Ann video that I saw last night, or that perfect Gina Valentina video that I saw last night, and how I want to do it again. That's how addiction works, You think about it all the time. You want to engage in it all the time. You're rushing for that dopamine hit all the time. And what you'll notice about addiction is a very low vibrational thing, and it takes you away from your higher self. Nobody can be their higher self if they're addicted to something. Addiction starts off with something harmless, some harmless fun. You find yourself doing it, oh, this is fun, this is great, this is exciting. Then you find yourself doing it more and more and more, and then it overtakes your life, it overwrites your life. If you have a problem with fapping and PMO, This is exactly how it started for you. Nobody came to you one day and said, yo, sign this paper, I'm going to give you endless joys and endless dopamine hits and endless pleasure. All you got to do is think about this all day and dedicate an hour to it every day. If somebody came to you with that kind of contract about what fapping was, you'd be like, nah, I'm good, it's going to mess with my head all day. It doesn't start like that. It starts off small. You know what I'm saying? And it really just messes up people's life. The same thing with drugs. People do drugs once, you just do it another time just once, then you do it twice, and then an addiction is a thing. Is, you know what addiction is? Addiction is when you do something that you like once, and then a year, 2 years later, you look up and your life is completely different because of that one addiction. It happens in small steps. An addiction is not in front of your face. It's not a contract. Nobody tells you what you're getting into. You need to be smart and understand what you're getting into yourself. But if you are trying to get on the road to recovery, trust me, there are things you can do to beat this nofap thing. So I repeat, one small step is worth more than 1,000 planned small steps. If you take the initiative and you just go 24 hours without putting on that Pornhub browser, without fapping, you've done better than just thinking about it for months. You just taking one day and not doing it is better than thinking about it for months. Don't be a thinker. All my life, even now, I still am a thinker, but I used to be way more of a thinker back then. I like to take more action now. Don't be a thinker, man. When you're a thinker, you think things are gonna come to you, you think it's gonna happen, and you just wait. You put things on the time burner, you put things and just leave it up to time, and it never happens. Imagine this. Oh yeah. You know, people will say, yeah, I'm gonna start that diet tomorrow. Yeah, oh, I'll start. 2 months go by, they didn't start the diet. You know what's the worst thing about being a thinker? You're fucking with your brain. You're telling yourself every day you're gonna do something. Yo, there's a quote, and there's a quote that I heard, that the only thing that is worse than a blind man is a person who can see and chooses to be blind. Which means, like, yo, if you know that you can stop this addiction, such as eating or fapping. Let's talk about fapping in this situation. You know you can stop this, but you're choosing to be blind. You're choosing to engage in it every day, knowing you can. Every day you're saying, oh, I gotta stop. That is mental turmoil. That is mental warfare. You're fighting with your higher self, who's telling you that you should not be engaging in these activities. I'm telling you right now, you're better off just fapping your meat every day, not even thinking about stopping, just doing it every day, left, right, 2 hours a day, and being carefree about it, not caring that you're doing it, rather than doing it for 30 minutes a day and saying, damn, I need to stop. It's better just to engage in it and not have that mental warfare. Mental is everything. So if your mental is telling you to stop, you can't go back and forth with it. You need to stop. You need to stop. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a better you need to stop fapping and watching porn. You are engaging in low vibrational activity. This is taking you away from your higher self, and it is bringing you down to your lower self. We all have a higher self and we all have a lower self. Think about it. There's just versions of us. There's the version of us that can be a dork, who could be scrawny, no muscle on us, who could be a bum, bad hygiene, yellow teeth, and I'm not coming at anybody who has any of that, but there's always room for improvement. And then there could be us who's jacked. There could be us who takes responsibility for their future and their destiny. You know what I'm saying? There's always two versions of us. There's that lazy bum, and then there's that motivational guy. So you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to be a better you must engage in your higher self. Listen to what your higher self is saying. If he's saying, yo, you shouldn't be doing this, don't do it. Start small, take small steps. Just do 24 hours and start first. Once you do 24 hours, say, okay, then I'll do 48 hours. And then you just keep going and going. And I'll tell you right now, you know, I've been addicted to alcohol. I've been addicted to food. And I've been addicted to fapping. Fapping is the worst addiction of all. The higher power didn't make man to sit there and play with himself all day, every day. The higher self made us to impregnate and multiply onto this world. That is impossible with fapping. Let's rise up to become better versions of ourselves tomorrow, one step at a time. For those of you who want to take this nofap thing seriously, I seriously implore you to take my 30-day challenge. This is how I got to over 120 days of no fapping and counting. It starts with the 30-day challenge. You need to set a goal for yourself that is not too far off into the future so you lose focus, and is close enough that you can count the days. If you say, oh, I'm gonna go a whole year without fapping, do you know how long you have to tell yourself every day, oh, I gotta go for a year, I gotta go for a year? A year is a long time. Start small. Tell yourself, I'm gonna go 30 days without fapping. And you can count 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. You'll get to 3 days and it'll be rough. And then you'll be like, huh, I'm 1/10 of the way through. 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, huh, I'm 1/5 of the way through. 7 days, 8 days, 9 days, 10 days, what? I'm 1/3 of the way through. Well, I might as well continue this, and you're gonna know you're gonna start building up resilience to the evil lower self thoughts that come into your brain when it comes to porn and fapping. That's how I got on my longest streaks ever. Started it off with a 30-day challenge, and after 30 days was finished, I'm like, why would I ever go back? It just makes no sense. I might as well just keep it up. So if you're serious about this, I enjoyed this challenge, and I'm telling you to really employ yourself on the 30-day challenge. I'm gonna make a video about the 30-day challenge and how it's grateful to goal setting and accomplishing things. So if you're struggling with nofap and fapping, I implore you to just do first a 30-day challenge. If you can't do a 30-day challenge, do a 7-day challenge. If you can't do a 7-day challenge, do a 24-hour challenge. And let's rise up to be better versions of ourselves. All right.